Good morning. So today we'll go for some programs on stack implemented by list in Python. So in the last session I told you how the list is implemented as a stack in Python using the list method append and pop or pop item method. Today we'll go for some programmatic example of that same topic, in which the first program is to implement a list as a stack. This is a simple program in which we'll have the stack operation like push, pop and display, that is traversal, using a list, in which the first statement here we have created an empty list S. This list will use to represent the stack. So S is equal to a pair of square bracket, that means it's an empty list. Will later on will represent that list as a stack. Then the variable ch is equal to y. Now this kind of variable or this kind of programming, whatever we are doing this now, this is known as a menu driven program. In case of a menu driven program, what happens? In front of your monitor, when you run the program in front of the monitor, we have a menu and you have to select the option from that menu. Whatever option you have selected from that menu, or the user is selecting some option, according to that selection, the further step or the further execution of the program will be done. So for that purpose, we have to use a variable ch is equal to y. Now try to understand the next statement while ch is equal to y. So until the value of ch is equal to y, the following statements are executed, or all these statements are executed until the value of ch is equal to y. So initially we have ch is equal to y, so this condition is satisfying, so this much statement executed, in which the first statement is print option 1 push, print 2 pop, print 3 display. So whenever you run the program, the condition is satisfying, on your screen it will display 1, 2, 3, that is pop and display. In the next statement, choice is equal to input, enter your choice, so that now you have to enter your choice, whether I go for push or pop or display. That means either we are entering 1 or 2 or 3. Now after this statement executed, you have to enter some value for choice. That may be either 1 or 2 or 3. Now suppose you have entered 1, then what happens? For 1 we have to execute the push operation. For that we have to use the append method. So what happens here? If choice is equal to 1, a equal to input, enter a number. So this number, or this is the element of the stack that we have to enter. Suppose we have entered a number 5 over here, then 5 will be stored in A. In the next statement, s dot append A. That means A is now added into the stack, that is S as a list. So A, that means 5, will be stored in stack S. If the value of you have entered is 2, then instead of this statement or this if will be executed, because here elif we are checking the condition choice is equal to 2. So after execution of this statement, I told you we have to check for emptiness or empty stack. For that we are checking if s is equal to empty, that means nothing stored, a pair of square bracket given over here in the condition, that means nothing stored in the stack. If nothing stored in the stack, then print stack is empty, then it will display stack is empty. If this condition is failed, that means stack is not empty, some values are there, and whatever be the values of that, the last value or the top value should be removed from the stack. So if this condition fails, then the else statement will execute. In the else statement we have print deleted element is s.pop. The main the job or the main task of this statement is this pop, s.pop. S.pop method will remove the last element from the stack or from the list. So the last element is removed from the stack, and that will be displayed over here. Deleted element is s dot pop. So the last element, whatever be deleted from the pop, that will be displayed using this particular method. Now come to the choice 3. If I have entered 3 for the choice, then what happen here? We have to display the records, or we have to display the elements of the stack. For that we have to use the len function for finding the length of the list or length of the stack. That is the maximum number of value that's stored by the stack. After that, from the list we have to display the values. So before going for before going for the display, let me to make you understand that how the stack will store the value. So whenever we are appending this statement, suppose first we will execute 1, then after execution of the 1, if you press 1, this condition is satisfied, so that this much statement will execute. Then the elif will not execute, the elif will not execute. Here the else is also not executed because this condition is satisfied. Okay, so that what will be the next statement? Next statement, ch is equal to input. Do you want to continue? Try to understand. Suppose after execution of this statement, choice is equal to input, enter your choice. You have pressed 1. Then choice is equal to 1. This statement is executed. This statement is satisfying, or this if will be satisfying. If this if satisfying, then what happens? These two statements are executed. That is a is equal to input, enter a number, and s dot append is equal to a. So what happens now? Suppose this is the list. So if you have entered 5, then 5 will be stored over here after this append statement. Then what happens? Now once this statement is executed, then this elif will not execute, this elif will not execute, and this else will not execute. Next it will return to the main alignment, that is ch is equal to input. Do you want to continue? Now here you have to enter either yes or no. If you are entering y, then what happens? From this position again it will return to this, so that it will display again 1 push, 2 pop, 3 display. Now suppose you are entering again 1. So what happens? The next value, suppose you have entered 10. Next suppose 8. Next suppose 3. Next suppose 4 you have entered. So these much values are stored in the list. Now what happens? After that, instead of 1 you are pressing 2. Then this statement will execute, in which this 4 will be removed from your list. Clear? Now I am pressing the 3 option, 3 or choice 3 I am entering. So here what happened? Instead of choice 3, first it will get L is equal to S of 1. Now try to understand here. The index is 0, 1, 2, 3. Clear? Or minus 1 and minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here, these are the index. Now what happens? When this statement will execute, then L will become 4 now, because 4 elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So value of A is 4. So what should be the last element display? The first element display either first 5 from the beginning or from the or from the 3 from the end. Okay. So as it is last in first out, we have to display it's in reverse manner. For that what happen? L is equal to len, that means L is equal to 4 over here. Then for I in range L minus 1, L minus 1 in the sense, now L is 4, so L minus 1 is equal to 3. 3 minus 1, that means it will travel up to minus 1. This is the 0th element. After that minus 1, so it will stop in 0. The step value is minus 1. That means it will first 3, then minus 1 2, then minus 1 1, then minus 1 0, then minus 1 minus 1. Up to 0 it will execute So that we are writing L minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, in which we have to display print S of I. So first it will display S of 3, then it will display S of 2, that means S of 3, then S of 2, then S of 1, then S of 0 will be displayed. Now this is what about the program. Now after that, suppose this L if is also not satisfied. Suppose instead of this choice, suppose I am entering 4 or 5 or 10 or any other value. Then what happens? The last else statement execute, in which it will display wrong input. So this is a normal implementation of stack in which we are using list to implement the stack. Clear? Now go for some application of the stack in which the first program to display the unique vowel present in a given word. You know vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U are the vowels. So we are entering a word and we have to display how many vowels present in that word. How many vowels present in that word. So for that we have to enter a word. Now we have to traverse the word from the beginning to the end. That means suppose we have entered a word computer. Then starting from C to R, we have to check each of the character whether it is a vowel or not. And if the character is a vowel, then we will push that vowel into a stack. We will push that vowel into a stack. Clear? So in case of computer, first O will be pushed, then U will be pushed, then E will be pushed. There are 3 vowels: C, O, M, P, U, T, R. So O is a vowel, U is a vowel, E is a vowel. So first O will be pushed, then U will be pushed, then E will be pushed into the stack. Then we have to count how many vowels are there and what are the different vowels. Okay. Now this same question is sometimes asked us to reverse a word or reverse the vowels. We will do the same thing in the reversing also using this program only. Okay. So here what happened? Now let's go for the program. We are taking a list as V, in which we are storing all the vowels A, E, I, O and U. All the vowels are stored in a list V. Then W is input enter a word, for which word we are searching the vowels will be stored in W. The next is S is equal to an empty list. This list is used to store the stack, or this will be used as a stack. Now see what happened here. These 3 statements are important here. For L in word, for example, suppose now I am entering, okay, suppose now this is the V. Clear? In V we have stored like this: A, E, I, O, U. Clear? In the W is also now a list in which we have stored the word computer. Suppose we have entered the word computer: C, O, M, P, U, T, E and R. This is the word W. Then S. S is also a list. Initially S is empty. Nothing is stored in S. Clear? Now, for L in word, that means L will be starting from C and move up to R. Clear? L in word, that means L will be starting from C and traverse up to R. Clear? Now, here, if L in V, now first L is C. Now it will check L in V or not. V, what is V? V is equal to A, E, I, O, U. So here C is not A, not E, not I, not O, not U. So this condition is not satisfying. Clear? So that if this condition is not satisfying, then this statement cannot be executed, this statement cannot be executed. So it will again go to this position. Now L become O. Clear? Now L become O. So that O, again it will check if L in V, that means O in V, yes it is present in V, so that this condition is satisfying, so that this statement will execute. In this statement what happened? L not in S, that means whether previously in S, whether O is stored or not. But in this case O is not stored, then what happened? S dot append L. Now L is O, O will be append to stack. So here O will be append. Clear? Now likewise all the characters are checked in vowel, that is V. All the letters are checked in B, and if it is not in stack, then it will be inserted in the stack. So here we have inserted U, and these three things are inserted in the list. Then in the same way we are displaying it, print S, so that O, U, E will be displayed. In the next statement it is when this loop is completed. When this loop is completed, that means we have traversed from C to R. After the R, this statement will executed, in which it will display the stack, that is O, U, E will be displayed. Then what happened? Print different vowels present in word. It will display directly as a message, display in word. In case of word, it will be display computer. Then R, L, E, and len of S. Len of S is now 3, because 3 numbers of characters are there, so it will display 3. So the final output is computer, then in case of this it will display O, U, E, and print different vowels present in word R 3, it will display as a result. So this is an application of stack. The another application, which is a generalized application and which is very much similar to this application. Here we have only one element at any position, but the same thing can be happen using many elements in a single position. So in this program we are maintaining the employee records in a stack. If you notice the program up to this, there is no changes. Instead of S, we are using an element stack as emp, ch is equal to y, while ch is equal to y, print push, pop, display, enter your choice. If choice is equal to 1, here instead of one element, we are entering two elements. EID is equal to input, enter the employee number. Name is equal to input, enter the name. So two values are entered here. Here we have entered only one value. Here we have entered two values. So after entering two values, another list has been created. E is equal to EID and name. So both EID and name is stored in a list E now. Then emp.append E. That means in the emp list it will be append both EID and name. Rest things are same. If choice is equal to 2, if emp is equal to empty, print stack is empty. Else EID comma ename is equal to emp.pop. So the values are retrieved or popped from the employee and stored in EID and name. The EID will be stored in EID, the name will be stored in the name. Then it will display print EID comma name deleted. Both these are deleted. Same thing happens here. Here you have to display one value is deleted. Here you have to display two values deleted. The elif statement is also same. If choice is equal to 3, L is equal to len of emp. While len, yes. Here I have created another type of display. Here we are using the for loop to display. Instead of for loop, you can also display using while loop. What happened when here L is equal to len of emp. So suppose 5 records are there. You have entered 5 employee details. Then the value of L will be 5 and the last index should be 4. So we have to starting from this start displaying from 4. So what happened, while a is greater than equal to 0, L is 5 over here, and up to it will be greater than or equal to 0, it will display the following records. That is print EMP of L minus 1. Why it is L minus 1? Because L is 5 but the last index is 4, so that we have to display L minus 1 starting from L minus 1. So EMP of L minus 1 will be displayed, then L is equal to L minus 1, so that it will decrease by 1. Now the value of L will be 3, it will be displayed, then 3 minus 1 2, then 2 minus 1 1. Likewise it will display all the records. The rest of the things are same. You can display this message also, print wrong input or CH is equal to input, do you want to continue. So these are the programs, or these are some applications of stack using your list. Clear? So this much for today, and I think these are I have already completed all the programs, discussing all the programs. So try to do all this program by yourself in your computer so that you can understand this program better. So thank you and have a good day.